Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. We have Tuesday, happy Tuesday, August 20th of 2024. May the Lord shine his blessings down on you. Yes, 8/20/24, 8:25 in the a.m. People, I will be out at the DNC again today. Thank you for joining me yesterday. Yeah, we have 4 days of Democratic National Convention, and I am there covering the story. We're going to see what's going on, uplift the name of the Lord. Before I start, I want to say that Joe Biden, what is this, sequence, and it looks like a Tiffany blue? Not really, but it's got that powder blue, whatever. Let me say something to you. The powers don't always have Tiffany blue exactly. They do a hint of it just to say, look, I'm representing. And I find it very interesting that she would wear almost like a powder blue as they gave Biden his farewell. And also I want you to understand is that this don't look like Joe Biden to me. Put in the comment section, what do you think? It didn't look like Joe Biden to me, okay? Now, getting back to this here, you gotta remember how Joe Biden started out back in the day. In his inauguration, the majority of the female celebrities, that is dignitaries, they had on the shade of purple, okay? Let me show that to you. Joe Biden inauguration, ladies in purple. I have talked about this for years. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama's wife, Vice President Harris, and then you have George Bush Jr.'s wife. And then the First Lady wore like a Tiffany blue. So you come in a certain way, and guess what? You go out a certain way. I teach the 5 C's of clues, codes, colors, confirmation, time, and conclusion. At some point, you got to say, you know what? Pearson's on to something. This is the Phoenician secondary color. Their first color is purple. Their secondary color is Tiffany blue. I'm going to have to make a video putting all that out there. I did before on my last channel. So just look at it like this. The Phoenicians, back in the day, who sacrificed babies, they were seamen, they went out to the sea, they hunted for clams or seashells. In that was a purple dye. The kings and queens and royalty, that's what they wore. There's nothing wrong with the color, but that's how they speak. Their secondary color is Tiffany blue in their vases and their paintings. Satan utilizes colors to speak. So to me, there's no coincidence that back in the day, during inauguration, his wife Jill wore a Tiffany blue or close to it then. And the vice president wore a shade of purple. You see that? They represent these gods, allegedly, okay? So when you saw this last night at the DNC, baby, she was speaking, okay? And I'm gonna put it out there. When Joe spoke, and a lot of these people spoke about Joe, it sounded like a eulogy. Hint, hint. Now check this out. What happened simultaneously that day was Blinken says Israel has agreed to U.S. proposal to close remaining gaps on ceasefire deal and calls on Hamas to do the same. August 19th, there's Blinken. I'm looking at his hands. Who knows? Is that a pyramid? I don't know. But I know behind him, look at all the designs. Do they speak? Look at all these designs. Why did they choose this as a backdrop? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is this pyramid? Are they speaking without speaking? They could have had any other type of backdrop, but they had that. Understand what I'm telling you, baby? A lot of this stuff is orchestrated. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken Monday said Monday that Israel has accepted a proposal to bridge gaps in ceasefire negotiations, and the next step is for Hamas to accept ahead of further negotiations expected to take place later this week. The next important statement is for Hamas to say yes. That's what Blinken has said. And then in the coming days, for all of the expert negotiators to get together to work on clear understandings on implementing the agreement, Blinken said at a press conference in Tel Aviv. Despite the claims of Netanyahu's agreement to the bridging proposal, there are still significant challenges before a deal can actually be reached. Not only has Hamas not agreed to the proposal, but negotiators are still working on specific details on how an agreement would be implemented. They are also working to establish clear understandings on how the different parties are going to make good on their commitments, the top U.S. diplomat said. So yeah, I'm looking at the hands and I'm looking at the pyramid background, okay? Now you guys know yesterday I did cover a live. So if you didn't catch it, try to catch it. You can go to my second live. My second live feed yesterday was this here, okay? Protest rally in the streets. Now, let me show you a little highlight right quick.
We're coming up.
There is a point in here where the police are with them and they're deep into this thing. So I want to show this to you. You can see the rally going on. So you can check out that video I did yesterday. It's called DNC Protest Rally in the Streets. You can check that out. I'll be out there again today. So they were yesterday talking. Now I want to show you something.
And President Biden asked me to come back on this trip with two main goals in mind. The first is to reaffirm the commitment of the United States to Israel's security. And that's a commitment that we put into practice virtually every day since October 7th, including when Israel was attacked directly by Iran back in April. In recent weeks, given the heightened tensions, we have deployed additional assets to the region. The purpose of the deployment of these assets is not to provoke aggression, but rather to deter it, to make sure that it doesn't happen. But also to make clear that if it does, we are fully prepared to defend Israel. We've coupled this effort with an intense diplomatic campaign, virtually a global diplomatic campaign, working with countries around the world to send the message strongly.
Now, again, this is Blinken. I want to put some things on your mind. I covered the Israeli conflict back in the 1980s, okay? I covered that for a Christian newspaper. I'm asking myself, will it wind up being like it was with the Jimmy Carter days, President Jimmy Carter, where the hostages are involved and they're released? That could very well be possible that the hostages are released sometime in either November or before, which will help the election, and or maybe January 20th, where they go from one president to another. Will it be a benefit for the Democratic Party is what I'm saying. We got to look at it that way because I believe this thing is orchestrated, okay? We got to put it in that context. Now, this was yesterday, and as you can see, it's all in the news. Israeli accepts ceasefire, okay? A recipe for world disaster. That's what someone's saying. Then Israeli war live, Israeli accepted. So hopefully this thing will go through. God only knows. I'm going to show you my articles from 44 years ago. Oh yeah, 44 years ago I wrote on this piece. Now here's Blinken 10 months ago speaking about the Israeli situation, what they're trying to accomplish.
On Wednesday, President Biden will visit Israel. He's coming here at a critical moment.
Now this is too low, so hold tight.
Power on. Hypergear Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Hypergear Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
On Wednesday, President Biden will visit Israel. He's coming here at a critical moment for Israel, for the region, and for the world. And he's coming here to do the following. First, the President will reaffirm the United States' solidarity with Israel and our ironclad commitment to its security. President Biden will again make clear, as he's done unequivocally since Hamas's slaughter of more than 1,400 people, including at least 30 Americans, that Israel has the right and indeed the duty to defend its people from Hamas and other terrorists and to prevent future attacks. The President will hear from Israel what it needs to defend its people as we continue to work with Congress to meet those needs. Second, President Biden will underscore our crystal clear message to any actor, state or non-state, trying to take advantage of this crisis to attack Israel. Don't.
So, see, it says don't attack Israel. Those were the positions. You got to remember, the war started, the conflict started October 7th of 2023. And Mr. Blinken was out there on the 18th. That's when Joe Biden came out there. Notice 10:18, just like Luke 10:18. Satan being hurled out of heaven. That bolt of lightning, is that coincidence that on 10:18 Joe Biden showed up in Israel? Something to think about. Okay, the message was clear from Blinken, saying Joe Biden's on his way, and these are his objectives. And this was Joe when he spoke, which I'll show you. But let me go back in the day. I have an article here from March 14th, 1980. What is happening in Iran? I asked that question 44 years ago. I asked that question. Okay, there I am. What's really happening in Iran? Is Russia involved in any way? Will the hostages be freed? Why are there so many conflicting news stories? Will war be the reasoning tool? These are some of the questions I imagine people all over the world have been asking themselves. It's funny how history repeats itself, right? We still have the same questions. This is a reverend from back in the day. I have his books, Dr. Charles R. Taylor, in the March 1979 issue of Bible Prophecy. News states, regardless of the political outcome in Iran, the course of that country's foreign policy has changed from pro-Israel and pro-Western to a defiant anti-Israel and a basically non-Western position. Isn't that something? 44 years ago, people. I'm reading you headlines that reflect today. And then here's the follow-up story. The first one was from March 14th. This is from March 21st, 1980. Same thing. And what I quoted then was this last piece here. Iran's worst mistake would be to let Russia creep in and be established in any area of government, education, social, economic, or religious operations. Once the Russian bear plants his paw in a country, surely the whole body is soon to become present. Is Russia a part of this, is the question. That's the question. and even if it's China. It's big, people. We got to seek the Lord. I wanted to share that with you. So yes, this is about Israeli situation, Palestine, the protests, and also I'm going to show you excerpts of yesterday's DNC. This is a very, very detailed video, so check this out. This is Joe Biden when he came to Israel 10 months ago, October 18th. Notice how Joe always goes to his mouth and goes, he's been playing this role that he's sick for a long time. That's why I'm saying in part, yesterday reminded me of a eulogy. They're saying goodbye, trust me. Just like I believe that Trump last week, on the 12th of August, I believe that was like a goodbye when he was on the Elon Musk show last week. That's just what I feel. They're saying goodbye. Watch this here. You are not alone. Watch this.
Good afternoon. Please have a seat.
See that? See that?
I come to Israel with a single message. You're not alone. You are not alone. As long as the United States stands, and we will stand forever, we'll not let you ever be alone. Hamas committed atrocities that recall the worst ravages of ISIS, unleashing pure, unadulterated evil upon the world. There's no rationalizing it, no excusing it, period. The brutality we saw would have cut deep anywhere in the world, but it cuts deeper here in Israel. October 7th, which was a sacred Jewish holiday, became the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. The world watched then, it knew, and the world did nothing.
So I want you to watch something. At the 20-something mark, I've showed this before on my last channel. They show, I believe this is a grieving family of an Israeli who died. I believe a soldier got killed. So my condolences again. But they kept showing this photograph of this, they kept showing the camera on this lady. I believe this was symbolic of what's to come. Remember, I've been teaching that the lotus flower Lotus means Kamala, okay? Lotus flower means Kamala. And just coincidentally, we have a vice president seeking the presidency. Her name is Kamala. I don't believe that's an accident. I believe the powers planned all of this, just like I believe they planned the war overseas, believe it or not. Because there's nowhere in the world you should be able to hit Israel with land, sea, and air, with all the technology that they have and us monitoring it. So it was allowed to happen. These are the last days. So notice she has this flower, and I took it as a lotus flower. I took it as a sign that the lotus flower, Kamala, is coming. Do you understand? Just my personal belief. So I found it interesting that they kept panning on this lady, and it reminded me of the lotus flower, okay? Now let's move forward. Anthony Blinken, the one who just spoke, the Secretary of State, right? He was born August 16th, 1962, okay? This guy here, he was born April 16th, 1962. If you take April 16th and make it 2024, he just had a birthday, subtract it from yesterday, he made his announcement about the agreement so far of Israel, 8/19. The difference is what? 4 months and 4 days. Who's the 44th president? That's Barack Obama. Look at that, people. Look at these numbers. Watch this. Here's Kamala Harris. Her birthday is October 20th. And I keep emphasizing she's the 49th vice president, but yet she's 59 years old. Why is that important? If you put lotus flower into the gematria calculator, guess what? 49 and 59 come up. I can show you better than I can tell you. It's deep. I believe the whole thing is orchestrated. I want you to see something, okay? Lotus flower. She is Kamala. Lotusflower. You see that there? Lotus flower comes out to 49 and 59. And like I just pointed out, praise God, she's the 49th VP and she's 59 years old. What are the odds, people? Lotus flower means Kamala. She's going to be president and she's going to manage the Middle East war. That's what it's saying to me. Now check this out. If you take her birthday of October 20th of 2024, it's coming up soon, versus yesterday's agreement of 8/19, the difference is 63 days. 3/6 is 666. That's the devil's number. That's the man of sin, the mark of the beast. Then look at this here. On May 14th, 1948, that's when Israel became a nation, May 14th. When you take May 14th and bring it to 2024, they just had an anniversary, subtract it from yesterday's negotiation, the difference is 3 6s, 3/6, 666. Do you follow me? Now look, here is the president of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. His birthday is October 21st, 1949. Take October 21st, subtract it from yesterday's negotiation, 8/19. The difference is 63 days. 63 days. 3 6s, 666. Why all these sixes, people? It's the mark of the beast. To me, it's being all set up to get them ready for something. Then check this out. Yesterday's negotiation date, 8/19 versus 11/20, which is what? Biden's birthday, 11/20. The difference is what? 94 days. 94 days. What is 94? 94, the 94th day of the year, the 94th day of the year is April 4th, 4/4. Who's the 44th president? Barack Obama. It's deep. And there's your receipts. Biden's birthday, 11/20. Now look at this. 8/19, yesterday's negotiation, versus 10/18. On 10/18 of 2023, that's when Biden was out there and said, "You're not alone," right? That was the speech. Look at this again. Yesterday's Israel saying they want to try to get the peace settlement, versus the time that Joe Biden was out there on 10/18, like Luke 10/18, 2023. The difference is 3 6s, 306. How is all this possible? Because it's being orchestrated, people, allegedly. Maybe that's why the Bible says what? When they say peace, peace, boom, sudden destruction. It's in the word, baby. It's in the Bible. Then check this out. The last one, then we'll show you something else. This is when the Israeli war started, October 7th, 2023. And this is yesterday's peace agreement, 8/19. The difference is what? 45 months and 2 days. Could that be Trump also be part of negotiation? I don't know. But let's look at this here. I want to show you something.
There's something that happens when we touch.
I want to show you this last part. I have, 4 more videos. This comes at the 5:07. Well, I think this comes at the 0 mark. 0, stop at 57. Yeah, check this out. Check out Joe. I think we can't do the music because of copyright. Let's see. Yeah, we can't do the music. Here they are hugging each other. And then she's gonna say, lip-wise, "I love you, Joe." I don't know if you can see it. She says, "I love you, Joe." Watch. "I love you. I love you. Honestly, I love you." Now, I want to show you something. I said earlier that this didn't look like Joe Biden. So let me show you something at the end. I want you to see something. I'm gonna try to catch you. Watch. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch it. I am gonna catch this. Watch this. This blows my mind, people. It's elusive. It's elusive. I'll get it. Look at that face. Pearson, give up? Nope, don't want to give up. I was catching it, and I've got a still. Maybe I should just show you the still. It's hard to catch, so forgive me. Forgive me, I am going to get it one more time, and that's it. Look at that face. That does not look like Joe Biden. And I wish I could catch it a little bit better, because I froze it at a certain point, and I'm telling you, it looks nothing like Joe Biden. This is a youthful guy. This face looks orchestrated, for lack of a better way to put it. This guy is too youthful looking. Too youthful looking for me. What did you think when you saw it? There you go. That look like Joe to you? No way, baby. No way. No way. Skin is too nice, too smooth. Want to do a comparison? Let's do a comparison. I want you to see JoJo in comparison. And that was way back in the day. Which one can I pull up? We have that one. We'll get there. We'll get there, people. Let me move on. Okay, so next video.
Prices of olive oil recently. Here's the deal. Global olive oil.
Okay, so now we got JoJo. Like I said, this to me, it's like a. I felt like a funeral. They was giving him his well wishes. Now check this out. Listen to this here.
Organizers anticipated. Look, first of all, I want to talk about Joe Biden. And I want to give him some grace, because this was an emotional night for him. When he said, I think one of the most poignant moments came on page 52 when he recited that poem. And he said, "America, I gave my best to you." He did that. He did that. He served this country honorably for a lifetime. And tonight he knows it's coming to an end. It wasn't the end that he wanted. And I think it was powerful. I regret that he gave half of, it felt like he gave his acceptance speech and then moved on to the business at hand, which was to promote the ticket of Harris. And
so we leave that alone. Let's go to the next one. And this is when Harris came. Remember Harris came? And she talked, right? Let's look at that. Now she talked for exactly 2 minutes and 4 seconds. I literally counted it. We're gonna end this video about a minute. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Watch this.
Good evening. It is so good to be with everyone this evening in this hall and everyone at home. This is going to be a great week. Kick us off by celebrating our incredible President Joe Biden.
So that was her. And then some rough stuff got going on. And I didn't know on the other side of the DNC. I didn't catch that, but I want you guys to see what transpired. They actually broke into a gate yesterday. Watch this here.
And once near the security perimeter, that's where chaos erupted. You can see it right now. Demonstrators are now tearing fencing down. A man using a sledgehammer from his book bag, dissembling perimeter fencing. Others breaking gates down, then hopping over into restricted areas. In fact, this fence coming down just inches away from Fox 32 photojournalist Todd Gertner. Agitators also throwing sticks and rocks at police. A man seen here.
I saw purple mask. I saw all that. I'm gonna look for him today. And of course, JoJo gave his speech yesterday.
Now, there is no place in America for political violence. No.
Let's go past that. A few things that Joe said will wrap it up.
possibility. We're in the grip of a once-in-a-century pandemic, historic joblessness, a call for racial justice long overdue.
You know, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna ask the question, because I'm gonna ask it now. How did this guy have days where he has all this vigor and vigor, right? All this vigor, and all of a sudden the next day he's tripping everywhere? I just want to put that on your mind. People, I hope you enjoyed this. If you find value, thumbs up. Pray for me. Share the video. I'm going to be out there today, DNC, United Center, covering the story. We're going to have some fun, and hey, maybe we'll interview some people on the fly. God bless you. Don't be fooled. They're building a one world system. These are two parties, two wings of the same bird. I am convinced. But remember, Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you.